Hello, welcome to Letters from Balconius Maximus. This is episode 11, Rethinking 9/11. Today is Wednesday, September 11, 2013. I am Paul Dubay. This letter is dedicated to the families of victims of 9/11, the Fire Department of New York City, and all those who have helped expose the magnitude of this crime with its overwhelmingly undeniable evidence. If you have seen the movie JFK by Oliver Stone, you will recall that Kevin Kostner portrays attorney Jim Garrison, the only person to bring someone to trial for the insidious crime of murdering our president. In the movie, in the middle of the night, he has thoughts trouble him and he gets up out of bed. His wife, played by Sissy Spacek, urges him to come back to sleep. Mr. Kostner replies that he has been sleeping for 3 years. His investigation began. Indeed, our leader had been taken from us and no one was ever convicted of the crime. Those awful characters got away with murdering the President of the United States of America. Could the same be true for the 3,000 victims involved with 9/11? In the wake of 9/11, I saw something that did not make sense. It was the famous hole in the inner wall of the C-ring of the Pentagon, one of the most secure buildings, if not the most secure building in the world. It was allegedly where the nose of the alleged American Airlines Flight 77 had gone through the building. The nose cone is the first thing to crumble. It's just made of aluminum, basically. It could not have pierced the several feet of concrete and steel that make up the Pentagon. I asked people for their views. Everyone dismissed the notion as irrelevant to the larger story. My intuition told me to investigate and research more, but I told myself, like so many, I was too busy, and I went back to sleep. In 2007, the story again emerged. Remembering Kostner's line and realizing I had been asleep for 6 years and that I was facing a personal integrity issue as a U.S. citizen, I decided to do what I could do to remove any doubt to the official story as told by the Bush administration and the 9/11 Commission report. More and more, my research did not yield any Paul, take two. More and more, my research did not support the official story, and my concerns were not addressed. Instead, my research soon revealed 3 incredible things. 1. That a third building, World Trade Center Building 7, collapsed after 5 p.m. on the same day. I started asking people if they knew about the third tower. It is amazing how many people do not know about Building 7. Even more amazing is that England's own BBC, the Beeb, broadcast the news that Building 7 had collapsed about 20 minutes before it did, and with Building 7 still visible in the background. Unbelievable is the United States government's claim that fires brought down the 47-story steel and concrete structure. I mean, after all, while I see no major fires to speak of, you can clearly see the penthouse of Building 7 first collapse into white dust just before the 47-story steel and concrete structure collapses at free fall speed. Number 2, I cannot find Number 2, I cannot find definitive evidence that Flight 77 hit the Pentagon. Having poured over hundreds of photos and videos and having offered 75 people on my email list $100 if they could find proof of the remains of Flight 77, I still have yet to find Flight 77 or someone willing to successfully accept my offer. 3. I purposely said that this is all incredible because the official story's amount of credibility is noticeably lacking. Another murder crime scene was made evident while the whole world watched, and 12 years later, while destroying life in the Middle East, resulting in the cost of trillions of US dollars that we don't have, with hundreds of thousands dead due to multiple wars, thousands more displaced, and the current president wanting more war, this time in Syria, no one has been brought to justice. Instead, alleging we are hated for our freedoms, we have been made less free. Since 9/11, not one law has been made to enhance our freedoms, the otherwise natural course for our country. A person I greatly admire once noted, "Ask the right question and the universe will open up to you." My fellow Americans, fellow U.S. citizens, sisters and brothers all over the world, it is time to awaken from our slumber. We all lost something on 9/11. So I ask you, what really happened that day? As we acknowledge the 12th anniversary of 9/11, I unhesitatingly state that it is time to rethink 9/11, and I write this letter to help you do exactly that. I am going to make this as easy as I can. I have spent hundreds of hours poring over videos, news articles, and numerous other documents. 2 videos that can most easily jumpstart you on the path to your empowerment and understanding about 9/11 are 9/11 Explosive Evidence by the Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth. This is full of facts from beginning to end by the people who know more about building construction than the average person on the street. These are the experts. The other movie is called 9/11 Pentagon Attack: Behind the Smoke Curtain by Barbara Honegger. The first video is 2 hours long, the second video is 3 hours long. Total viewing time, 5 hours. Currently, both videos can be viewed for free on YouTube. For further research, I recommend 2 movies made by Dave Von Kleist, 9/11, The Ripple Effect, and 9/11 in Plain Sight. These 2 videos are also available on YouTube. If we dare to consider the possibility that we have been lied to about 9/11, lied to about the need for the Department of Homeland Security, and lied into multiple ongoing wars, we owe it to ourselves to ensure such is not the case. Our future, the future of those who come after us, take 2. Our future and the future of those who come after us depend on what we do today. People of all ages need to know about 9/11, especially the next generation. Isn't your future and that of our children worth 5 hours? If you watch crime and detective shows like Perry Mason, Matlock, CSI, or even Judge Judy, and many others, please examine the evidence that is available to you. If you cannot find that I am in error, you have put your mind at ease and mine. If you cannot find that I am in error, which you will not, after the shock wears off, then please get involved, even if you only start by telling a friend or neighbor. By the way, Jim, thanks for the t-shirt. And as Paul McCartney would say, that's all for now.